I'm going to take you on a tour of the world's car companies. Let's start with Tesla because it's the most valuable car company in the world. Despite the fact that it isn't the biggest, it is worth $600 billion. And GM is only worth $60 billion, which gives you an idea of what investors think of Tesla. Tesla's got the huge lead in the EV market, and estimates are that EVs will be half of all the cars sold in 2030. With a lead like that, Tesla could be 10 times the size it is today when you get to the end of the decade. Let's move to the U.S. GM is the largest car company in the United States. Its problem is that it's still a gas car company, and it still has to spend the money to build gas cars. At the meantime, it's got to spend money to try to get into the EV business, and they don't know when they can make money on EVs because they're not in the EV business now. Ford has the same problem, but they're a little bit better off. They've moved into the EV business with their F-150, the most popular truck in the world, and their Mustang. So you've got to give them a tiny edge in the United States. If you go to Europe, particularly the luxury car companies have already got into EVs and are starting to do well. BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche should be considered real contenders in the EV business, which means they won't have to rely on legacy gas businesses much anymore. Certainly not 10 years from now. Moving to Japan, you've got three big companies. Toyota isn't in EVs at all, and they've gotten beaten up by that for investors. They announced today that they would enter the EV business in a big way, and the stock is up by 10%, which shows you what investors think of the value of EVs in the future. Dragging way behind, though, are Honda and Subaru. They really haven't done well in this business at all, which means that investors value them at a very low level. The last spot is China. China is the largest car market in the world by about double the United States. EVs have already caught on there, and most of the EV sales are from local companies, not places like Tesla. So the challenge in China is going to be, can anybody from outside China sell a lot of EVs in China? If they can't, they're giving up on a huge market, which means they're elbowed out permanently. Every car company in the world, except the Chinese, could be damaged by the fact that they can't do business in China.